Thank you so much for tuning in once again to the Sankey Magic YouTube channel. And I have good news and I have bad news. Okay, the good news is I'm about to perform for you one of my most performed card tricks. I've done this close-up, stand-up everywhere. That's the good news. I'm going to reveal the secrets, perform this for you. I cannot say enough about the entertainment value and how badly this trick fools magicians, lay people, all that stuff. It's just, I've been performing this forever, so I'm about to share it for the first time here on YouTube. That's all the good news. More good news is I'm sharing this because it is from one of my most popular projects, which is my best card magic project. It's got 20 tricks on there. This week it's a special promotion I'm going to be promoting on the Sankey Magic website. It's usually 25 bucks. It's just $17.50 this week. Plus, as a crazy kicker, I'm going to include a free gift worth 15 bucks on top of that, and that is my bigger finish card trick, okay? I'll share the promo with you video very soon, but for now I want to share this with you. This, like I said, I'm performing a long time with. Oh, where's the bad news? The bad news is that this video is going to only be here available on YouTube for less than a week, about 5 or 6 days. That's it. After that, I'm yanking it. So you guys are the only people in the world. If you're watching this, you're the only people in the world who are getting a chance to learn truly one of my most performed card tricks, absolutely free. And as I said, it is from my best card magic project. All right? So you start going into glass. If you want to make it a little more theatrical, I mentioned that in a recent video. You need a deck of cards, and there's no gimmicks, there's nothing like that. You say, let's try something. I want you to go ahead and you have a few people touch cards. Let's say the 10 of diamonds, let's say 2 of spades, and let's say somebody touches the 7 of clubs. So the 7 of clubs, 2 of spades, 10 of diamonds are touched. You say, along with these cards, we're also going to use 4 other cards. And I'm going to warn you right now, the 4 cards we're going to use are the most vicious, the most violent, frankly the craziest, and maybe the biggest partiers in the pack, but they're also absolutely dangerous. They're lethal. I'm of course talking about the 4 queens. There they are. Now, let me introduce them to you one by one here. First, we have the Queen of Spades. She is the leader, okay? Then we have the Queen of Clubs. She's second in command, waiting for her turn to lead. There's the Queen of Hearts, and she's actually kind of the baby of the group. She goes along with everything. And the Queen of Diamonds has never said a word. All 4 queens are so dangerous. In fact, they're about to eat the selections. First card, slip it in among the 4 queens. Listen, little sound, just like that. Now, just the 4 cards. The first selection's gone. The second selection, slip it inside here like this. I can do it slowly, want you to see. And again, just like that. Again, now just the 4 queens left. The last selection, the last number 3 card in among the queens. I want to do this very slowly, just like this. And just again, just like that. Now just the 4 queens. And here's the cool part for you expert magicians out there, is that you can give away the Queen of Diamonds to be examined. You can give away the Queen of Hearts, or I should say spades, to be examined. Give away the Queen of Clubs to be examined. And even the Queen of Hearts can be examined, because you really and truly have only the 4 queens left at the end, and they can be closely examined. This is Cardivores. This is my variation on Roy Walton's classic Cannibal Cards plot. I love this. The ending's crazy. When I do this stand-up and I throw those 4 queens up, because everybody is convinced that the clever magician has somehow hidden all 3 selections in the cards, but they are long gone. So let me reveal this to you right now, all right? As I said, I perform this all over the world. I love the entertainment. Sometimes I do the burping, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I go into greater detail about their weapons expert. This one's an assassin, this one's good with dynamite, this one likes to do wet work and knife and nice and close. The whole theme, too, of this notion of powerful, dangerous women is, of course, very au courant. It's very in the zeitgeist and the culture as well. So let me break this down for you. I constructed this whole routine to get to one place, and I wanted to get to, I wanted the handling to look totally natural for one key move, all right? For this, you're going to need, and this is the crazy part, it's not that hard to do. You're going to need 7 queens, and I'm not kidding, 7 queens to make this happen, but it's so worth it. You've got clubs, hearts, and diamonds in any order on top of the deck. clubs, hearts, and diamonds on top of your deck. That's the setup. The other 4 queens can be anywhere in the deck. So it means you can perform this trick at any time in your show with a shuffled deck, okay? You just have to secretly add these 3 cards on top, all right? Sometimes I'll take the deck, put it in my pocket. In my pocket, there's already the 3 queens. And when I put it in my pocket, I make sure the deck goes below the 3 queens, so they're automatically added on top of the deck in my pocket. I'll do mentalism, a coin trick, something else, and then take out the deck to finish my show, and I know I'm all set. I'm going to use Vernon's substitute transfer. Okay, that's the key to this. I love this. So what do I do to start? I say I'm going to have you touch some cards. And as I spread out the cards casually, I spread to the bottom 3 cards, the queens, and as I close up the spread, I make sure I have a break, okay, between the 3 queens and the rest of the deck. Spread out the cards and say, go ahead, touch a card. Go ahead, touch a card. Sometimes I'll say, no face cards, please, because their faces will haunt me. Something horrible is about to happen to them, so just number cards. Because I want that contrast from the queens. I want people to be able to see. So they touch 3 cards, and I out-jog all 3. Now, if it's close-up, I keep my hands here. But for stand-up work, what I do is I sort of spread, and people can see, and I hold them to my side so everybody can see the 3 cards. Now, it looks like I kick the 3 cards to the side, right? Strip them out, and then come over here and drop them in the glass. That's what you want. That's why the glass works so well. But I've actually switched the 3 selections for the 3 queens. Now, how I'm doing that is these 3 are along the bottom. The 3 selections are here, right? And I'm going to, because of the break there, right? I kick these out, and I'm actually going to take the queens along for the ride. They're going to go along for the ride. I strip out all 7 cards, all right? Then, because this is a larger action, I'm going to come over here, basically square the deck for a second, right? And then drop these here. Sort of, you can either brush or square and then drop whatever. But they've touched 3 cards, and they can see those are the 3 cards. But actually, they're the 3 queens, all right? So that's the first step. The second step is I'm going to use a very old move, okay? I think it's Atfus, anytime face-up switch. And I think it's from Marlowe originally, and this is a move you might have learned if you were a beginner card magician, but it works so well here, all right? So I'm here, I've got my 4 queens out, and as long as the queen of spades is the top queen, okay, so I rearrange them, queens on top, and sort of, as I'm saying, they're vicious, they're dangerous, you can't trust them, I say, here they are, the 4 queens, boom, gets a bit of a laugh every time, so I'm there. Queens on top. Now, with my thumb, I drag the top queen over to the side, pivot around, and take it underneath, and I hold it like this. Now, notice my fingers here. My fingers on top, thumb below. I don't want to be all the way over. I want to be more in the middle of the packet. So I've got 3 face-up queens, 1 face down. So I say Queen of Spades, leader. Then I repeat this action of slipping off and turning over. But this time I'm going to stagger it slightly to the side, okay? It's going slightly to the side. And I'm going to keep a break between now the 3 selections and the Queen of Diamonds, okay? So I'm keeping a break under the Queen of Spades. Very important. Queen of Diamonds, say something about her, something amusing. And this is a great opportunity for what I wish more magicians would do. Bring your own personality. Bring some comedy line, some straight line, something real about yourself as you're talking about the queens. You could be talking about your girlfriends. You could be talking about dating. You could talk about the rise of the power of women in the culture, which is wonderful, whatever. I've done all 3, and then I end like this. But I have a break between the uppermost queen and the other. So, boom. Now, I am going to square these here and go into the meat of the trick. But when I tap them against the thumb, I'm going to let 3 of the 4 queens, as I square this up, they're going to drop on top of the deck. Okay, so I square, let these fall, turn the hand over like this, and I have all these fingers to totally cover the fact that now I only have 1 queen. The trick is done. It's over. The rest is just song and dance, but I'm so far ahead now. So these I drop in my case or put them off to the side. Okay, so I'm here like this. I drop this here, and you want to make sure the front edge isn't showing, so really tilt that down, right? They think it's the squared packet of queens. Move over here, grab the first selection, actually one of the queens. I pretend to slip this in here, but it's only 1 card. I only have the 4 queens in play now. So this goes here like this. I pretend to square it in, snap my fingers, do the burp, whatever I want, and I'm going to count these 2 cards as 4, like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks very convincing. As I've mentioned on this channel before, guys, the last one I often leave forward and square with my finger. Oh, like this, okay? So it looks like 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sounds like 4 cards, but it's just 2. Then I take another selection, selection number 2. Really now a third queen coming into play here, okay? Snap this again, wave my hand, do whatever magic gesture makes sense for you. Have a spectator blow on them, okay? Ideally not spit on them, whatever works. Here like this. And then now I count these 3, 1, 2, 3, as 4. And what I'm doing there is I'm counting off, taking, counting 3 as 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So I'm going 1 and 2. As I come up to take the third, I'm going to steal 1 below. And that, okay? So 1, 2, come up, take the third, leave 1, the left fingers pull back 1 and 4. But again, you would swear, and I can do it from the front, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, but there's only 3. Okay. Then the last one. Now, I'll tell you, I performed this many, many times, I mentioned. And there is a strong sense, people even whisper, they look, they point. Everybody's convinced that I'm hiding the cards. What else could explain this? We're seeing him take cards, we're seeing him put them inside, then he counts there's only 4 every single time. Obviously, he's hiding the cards with his fast actions. Everybody knows that. So in the end here, I go, there's 1 legitimate count, 2, 3, 4. And I really play this. If I'm doing stand-up, I really play this to the house. 4, boo, like this, and then to finish, and as I say, which only leaves me with, and I say them one by one, the Queen of Spades, I throw that to the front row. And when you throw something to the front row, when you give it to someone in the front, it immediately shouts to the other 200, 2,000 people in the theater, the card is examinable. It's ordinary. It's not tampered. Leave me the Queen of Spades, Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Hearts, boom, 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 all 4, and I am clean. If you're into card tricks, definitely check out my Best Card Magic project. It's a great deal along with the Bigger Finish as a free trick on there. We're going to cut to the video right now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, guys. Thank you. On this over 2-hour project, I reveal the closely guarded secrets to 20 of my most performed card tricks. And many of them feature mind-bending souvenirs you can make in just a few minutes and then give away to create memories that will last for years. I never perform just for tips, but my card-changing effect guaranteed has earned me more tips than any other card trick in my entire repertoire. It's also 100% impromptu and finishes with a killer souvenir. Belly of the Beast is a wonderfully surreal, torn and restored effect unlike anything you've ever seen before. Not only is the torn corner restored, but the tear is mysteriously transferred onto another card. With 1 of 1, not only does a card change, but a drawing on the back of the card changes as well. And the presentation is so fun and flexible, it always inspires a hilarious performance. Several years ago, I created a groundbreaking technique that allows you to secretly switch small items right under people's noses and without any palming or difficult sleight of hand. And with Healer, you'll learn how to use that same awesome technique to slowly tear a freely selected and signed card into 4 pieces, and then immediately cause them to melt right back together. With a simple fuse, 2 cards are initialed by a spectator, 1 on the face and 1 on the back. And then with just a squeeze, the 2 cards impossibly fuse together into just 1 card, initialed on both sides. And Mixmaster is without a doubt the most deceptive color-changing deck routine I've ever created. It combines a compelling story with a devious application of a few basic sleights. The insane ending always hits people like a wrecking ball, and again, the entire pack can be closely examined. Those are only a few of the 20 incredible card tricks you'll learn on my Best Card Magic project. Wait a second,
Wait, oh my god!
That's weird. What is the card? Tell me. Was it the first one? Was it actually? Out of all the card tricks I've created over more than 30 years, Bigger Finish is one of these ones that always gets a great reaction. Push, 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 heel, push, heel. I'm hoping. What was the card you had in mind?
10 hearts.
Lift your hand. Look, something weird's already happening. Look, they're already kind of stuck together. I'm hoping. You said 10 of hearts. I told you this is the biggest card trick I do. It's just one of those tricks that works for kids, for adults, every time, anywhere. And then when all 4 freely touch cards fuse in the selected card, their eyes go huge. You can use it as an opener, you can use it as a closer. Very strong trick.